Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I usually focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. Okay, y'all, so today we're going to be talking about the highly anticipated flanker from Libre. And you guys, this is Vanille Couture. This is Libre's 8th flanker. Let that soak in for a minute. Okay, so obviously it's a tried and true DNA fragrance. The girls go up, they love it, okay? But as you can see, let's start off with this gorgeous packaging. This I received in PR, but of course I am not being paid to talk about this fragrance. It's literally just gifted to me and I can do what I want with it. So I was excited to actually get this in PR because the packaging caught my eye. When I first saw that it was going to be released, I was like, oh my goodness. So it is called Vanille Couture, okay? So look at this gorgeous packaging. It is absolutely gorgeous. You can't deny that. And then when you open the box, the bottle is inside, of course. And this is Libre Vanille Couture, okay? So let's get into this packaging because my goodness gracious. Absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Like, wow, they really outdid themselves with this packaging here. And I think that's one of the main reasons why everyone was so excited about this flanker, but also the addition of the vanilla, okay? You guys know we all love a little vanilla in our fragrances, and vanilla is just one of those notes that is really going to attract a lot of attention, much like marshmallow, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the notes. So Vanille Couture has notes of bourbon vanilla, vanilla caviar, orange blossom, rum, and of course the signature, which is lavender, okay? So I've done a full wear test on this already, and let's go ahead and smell her. Okay. So I don't even have to spray this because one thing I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is a stronger fragrance and it's also a fragrance that's going to last. It has great longevity, so you don't have to worry about that. I also want to mention that the Libre DNA is not my favorite scent profile, okay? Listen, I did not understand the hype around Libre at all from the first release to the last release. Now I do own Libre Platine. I received it as a gift and I ended up really loving that one. That's one that I really love to reach for in the summertime, and it smells really nice and fresh. But overall, the Libre DNA is just kind of like a warm, classy floral with some lavender that can kind of be a little sharp, a little screechy for some. And then of course that orange blossom is super heavy, and it's just a floral, classy, classic type of fragrance, right? And even though I don't enjoy the Libre DNA, trust and believe, I have tried all of them before, okay? To the point where I bought a couple and returned them because they just are not me. So having said that, I will say that this one smells just like the original Libre, in my opinion, with an extra dose of vanilla, which is what a lot of people were wanting, right? But if you were wanting a gourmand vanilla, you're not going to get that here. I do get that rum, that bourbon vanilla, and it does remind me of the same type of bourbon vanilla that is in Valentino, Donna Born and Roma Intense, and also the extra dose. That bourbon vanilla rum combination is very much the same to me. But in this, you still get the lavender, you still get that orange blossom. And I will say that this is just a little bit more round, more smooth. It's not as screechy as some of the others. And the one that I actually had purchased on my own was Le Parfum. You guys were telling me, listen, I know you don't like Libre, but you need to try the Le Parfum, which has more of a honey note in it. And then it was between that one and the Intense, which the Intense does have vanilla in there. And when I smelled those, you know, I decided to go with the Le Parfum. It was a little sweeter. I enjoyed that honey note, but as I wore it, like, it just wasn't a me fragrance, right? So I ended up returning it because I felt like I was forcing it. With this one, I get way more of the original DNA in this. I mean, right off the bat, you know that this is Libre. And if you were to smell this without knowing what this was, I know that you would immediately be reminded of all of the Libres in the line, right? So smelling this, if you like Libre, you're going to enjoy this. If you are looking for a unique flanker from Libre, this is not going to be it, unfortunately, you guys. And I have to say, I am not impressed. And that's coming from an unbiased opinion because I can appreciate the DNA, even though it's not really a DNA that speaks to me. This reminds me of something right in between the original and the intense version. So like I said, the lavender is a little bit more smooth. It's not as screechy, the orange blossom either, but you still get it. And then it's still really floral as well. That bourbon vanilla and that rum just kind of rounds it out, makes it a little bit more smooth. I wouldn't even say, I mean, maybe a little bit sexier as well, but I do feel like the Le Parfum is sexier than this one because this one is way more on the floral side. I feel like this is a fragrance that you can wear all year round. It probably will be a compliment getter because what I've noticed is that if people can smell you, they're 9 times out of 10 gonna compliment you or at least mention your fragrance. And a lot of people are going for that. But if you're looking for a gourmand, creamy vanilla and something unique to the Libre line, you're not gonna find it in Vanille Couture, unfortunately, okay? And that is a bummer because this is a limited edition release and it only comes in the one size, which is 1.7 fluid ounces, and it retails for $150, okay? So you guys know fragrance prices have gone up tremendously, and this one is no different, but this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like so many of these brands are getting us with these bottles. Now, it brings me to the overconsumption of it all. And you guys know I'm not one that's going to judge when it comes to treating yourself, but I do feel like if you are purchasing this, you either don't have the Intense or the Le Parfum because it sits kind of right in the middle, or you just want to add this to your collection because it's limited edition and you like the bottle, which by all means do that because this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm actually super excited to have this in my collection, and I will wear it because I don't have the other Libres that smell like this. The Libre that I have is the Platine, which is a lot more citrusy in my opinion. And it's just way more summer appropriate. So this would be my Libre, you know what I mean? But it's also not something that I'm gonna gravitate towards. So do you need this fragrance? I'm gonna say it is not a must-have. I will say if you don't have Libre Intense or if you don't have Le Parfum, this will be a nice addition to your lineup because it will take the place of that. And what I mean by that is like when I'm going out and I'm grabbing for a fragrance, if I am thinking about this fragrance, I feel like they're all three of those would be interchangeable for that moment. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna reach for this, you would naturally probably reach for the Intense or the Le Parfum as well, in my opinion. I mean, this one is a little bit, like I said, more floral than the Le Parfum because that Le Parfum has that really honey kind of facet to it that leans very sweet, but it's still not gourmand. So yeah, if you're going for it for the bottle, by all means, add this to your collection, but this is not a must-have, you guys, and it's definitely kind of crazy that this is their 8th flanker and they're still doing the exact same thing. This is one of those fragrances that I'm just not impressed with, and I'm also kind of over it. I feel like they just keep reproducing the same thing over and over again. But on the other hand, again, I don't want to be biased. It smells nice. It smells classy. It smells feminine. If you like Libre, you're going to enjoy this, and I would get this one over the others just because of the bottle is limited edition and it smells good. But it is just not something that you absolutely need, especially if you've smelled or you have the others in your collection, okay? So I feel like I'm being redundant at this point, but I think you guys get my drift. She's pretty, she's cute, but she's not a must-have. And at $150 for 1.7 ounce, if you love this, you're probably gonna use this up pretty quick. So I can see this being gone like easily, especially if you love it. So it's quite expensive, but again, it's limited edition. They did outdo themselves with the packaging, you guys. And even this box, because this is giving a handbag. You guys know I live for a good bag, and this reminds me of the Yves Saint Laurent cigarette boxes. The only difference is they're a little smaller and they have a long chain on it, but this looks the same. And then it's also cardboard. I mean, it's a nice cardboard, so definitely want to keep this in your collection. But even down to this emblem here, absolutely beautiful. I mean, so if all the money went into the packaging, bravo, you know, bravo to Yves Saint Laurent. But this is not something that you absolutely need, but I completely understand if you want to go out and get it, because it won't be around for long. So, you know, I get it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the new Libre Vanille Couture. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's beautiful, but she's not a must-have. So let me know in the comment section down below, did you fall in love with this flanker? I would love to hear your opinion on this one, especially if you are a lover of the original Libre and all of the others as well. I would like to know, were you impressed by this? Do you think this is the best one? Or do you think that it's just another one and you just want this in your collection because it's cute? I mean, for me, it's kind of a win all the way around since I don't have the others, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. All right, y'all, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure again to leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, check out that description box. I will have Vanille Couture linked for you guys. Remember, this is limited edition, so if you are interested, I wouldn't wait too long because I don't think this one is coming back, okay? So thank you again so much for watching, and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
She comfortable.